What's up, guys? Ryan with the Card Guys, also with Nicky with the Card Guys, also. That was a bad sentence. Anyway, what did you do today? Last weekend.
Top 8'd Maryland Regional.
Great. Let's with this stack of cards here. Yes.
Deck.
Yep.
So I played 3 Swap Frogs, 3 Duke Frogs. This is pretty much a standard monster lineup. I think this card's probably really bad and was probably the worst card in my deck. But I pretty much didn't want to put in anything else. And like having a body in this deck is actually like pretty important a lot of the time, especially in the mirror match too, because like none of your trap cards you actually like want to waste on this. Like you never want to book this because you're gonna have to attack it and they'll draw a card, or you never want to strike it either because strike is like so important to have in the mirror. So yeah, I don't think it's a very good card, but I have absolutely no idea what I'd cut for it, so it's still in my deck. And then I played 3 Lawn Mowings because if you draw this card versus a worse deck, you win for free, and like get like 4 cards. 3 Desires. This is like another like just like reasons like why this deck is so good is actually just because you can play this card like and Zoo. And a big thing that I found like in the regional a lot was like being able to resolve multiples of it, because I've actually like never done that before because I usually like used to play 40 card decks, but like being able to like have a +1 instead of like drawing into a -1 is crazy. And like even resolving 2, like as long as you have like 1 Ronin Totem in the graveyard, it doesn't really matter what you banish, especially because you play like the Paleo trap that can like put anything back. So like just like starting with one of these like 9 like spells is like you just get so far ahead. So yeah, and then I played 3 Card Demise. I borrowed 2, so I played 3 Card Demise. Foolish for Backjack. I never drew Swap and Foolish, but that would have been pretty neat. I played Upstart because there's like a lot of cards I didn't want to play. A lot of people played like Mirror Forces and stuff because I expected a lot more mirror matches. And the mirror match is the deck I was most afraid of because I really like this deck Zoo matchup and like Inferno matchup too. So I just had a 59 card deck at one point and I put in Upstart Goblin. And then I also played Raigeki because it's just so good going second, and you usually have enough trap cards going first. And this card's actually like crazy good in the mirror, because what you do is you just like purposely activate all your trap cards, but you like make it not obvious. So you'll like, you know, be like, oh, like act as a point and like activate a Reckless, so you draw 2, and then they'll like summon back traps, and then you can kind of just like blow them out by getting rid of all their traps. So then you can activate your traps, and they can't summon anything back, and they don't get banished. So that's, for the traps, I played 3 of all the good Paleozoics, and then 2 of this one. At one point I wanted to play 3 of this one, and at one point...
Which one is that one?
This is the banished one.
Okay, it returns a banished card to the graveyard? Alright.
And then at one point I wanted to play 1 of this one, because in a sexy card deck, like, if you actually, like, don't get to, like, 2 or 3 of these cards within, like, the first 2 turns, like, obviously, like, your spells help you get there a lot. But, like, if you don't, it's, like, it's so hard to, like, play. And, like, because the deck, like, plays Backjack and Fiend Griefing and all that stuff, like, this card's, like, a lot better and, like, a lot less dead. But, yeah, I just played 2 of it because I was kind of scared of drawing, like, drawing multiples or, like, drawing it dead. And I'm pretty glad I did that. So. And then I played 3 Lost Winds. I was borrowing one. This card was actually like better than I expected it to be, because I didn't expect it to be that good because I didn't think it was that good in the mirror, but the way they're ruling it at the regional, and I don't know if this is right, is that like if I bring it back by its effect and then I activate it and they toad negate it, it would just get banished and they can't take it. So that made it like crazy good in the mirror because it essentially made it like, so if you ever had access to this card, whether it be like Backjack or like milling it or anything, they pretty much like couldn't summon Toad against you, because if you did, you would just draw face have it, and they wouldn't take it because then it would just get destroyed. So like their Toads would never actually be able to do anything, which was really good. But if it's not like that, if like that's not the correct ruling, then it's just awful in the mirror because they would just take it, and then yeah, and then you couldn't summon your Toad, and yeah,
you just kind of pass it back and forth.
Yeah. So then I played Triple Reckless. Having traps that you can activate. Really, I drew 3 of this once, which was absurd. 3 barriers, 3 strikes. These are like your real traps, I guess. 3 Fiend Griefings. This card is actually ridiculous, and I didn't expect it to be that good, especially in the mirror, because if they don't draw Swap Frog, this card's like kind of just dead. But even like, and also it's the fact that like it activates a trap card, so they bring back a Paleozoic monster, and then it activates another trap card from your deck, which bring back another Paleozoic monster. So that's like a Toad or Opabina for them, like just activating this. But it was actually a lot better in the mirror than I thought. You just have to like kind of save it a lot more until they've like used all their traps or most of their traps, or like you can't like activate it unless you have like a play to like beat the Toad. Like you have to have like one of these two, and then you can like use it for like actual like advantage. And then I played 2 Breakthrough Skills because I definitely didn't want to play any Mirror Force cards. And I think this card's actually just really great right now. It's really good versus Toad because you can like banish it from your graveyard in the draw phase, and then that way they can't use the standby phase effect, and then they just have like a 2200 guy, and then you can just kill it. And like that made it so like if this card was in the grave and then just like in the mirror, like summoning a Toad first didn't make me like auto lose, because it's usually what happens. Whoever gets Toad first and like resolve its effect loses. So that was pretty nice. And then 2 wiretaps because I expected a lot of the mirrors. And then even like any other deck that like wasn't a mirror like plays trap cards, because trap cards are so good right now. Like pretty much every deck plays like strike or barrier, or like even Infernoids at least play like feast, and like resolving some of feast would be absurd. So play 2 of those. Torrential, I think, is like the best trap right now, like even better than barrier. This card's ridiculous. Compulse, this card's ridiculous for everything except the mirror. And then Warning, I think you have to play Warning now. It's a lot better in the mirror than people give it credit for, but yeah. My extra deck was awful because I like didn't own cards, and like I was pretty much just borrowing everything. So I only had 2 Toads. A third one came up almost every game, definitely every round.
Yeah.
But I never actually like lost, but there was like many times I had to like put a Toad back into my extra deck when instead I could like add a Swap Frog to my hand, and that really sucked, but it was fine, I guess. I played 2 Opabinas. I only own 1, so I was borrowing another one. And then this was 2 Sky Cavalries, and the reason I played 2 was against the Invoke deck. They can like make the Water Fusion pursue, and this and like activating Barrier or like making Cat Shark and another XC monster, which is like really hard to do, are your only outs. So this was like by far the easiest and most consistent out. So I wanted to just be able to like summon one, and even if they have backer, like if they strike it, I didn't want to just lose or have to rely on like Cat Shark Phoenix or something like that. So that was pretty good, and I'm glad I played 2. It never came up, but I would definitely play 2. I played 2 of this. I never made 2 of it. I would probably only play 1. I didn't have the guy, the like Prohibition guy. I don't know what he's called.
Crumble logos.
Yeah, Crumble logos. So I would have played one of those instead of a second one of this, like 4 Danko. But yeah, and then Phoenix, Cat Shark. I played this. This card's probably bad. I never made it. Never wanted to make it. This in case I take a Zoo monster. This because I had nothing else, and I actually literally only played a 14 card extra deck because I didn't even have like cards to put in my extra deck. So yeah. And then my side deck, I played 2 Flying Seat because when I was like counting my ins and outs versus my matchups, I just wanted a card versus the Mirror and versus Zoo. I drew this card twice versus Zoo. Neither time it got outed because like I think people, especially because like people don't play Chalice anymore, but like people like the chance of them like normal summoning a rat or like having 10p and then also having Barrage in hand is actually like pretty low. And then like if not, this card's just a blow. Like I had one person summon Danko versus me and then activate Barrage, and he special summon a guy and I Flying Seat, and then like I just like didn't auto lose. So that was really great. I played 2 Gamma Seals because pretty much I essentially had a 13 card side deck, and it was a regional, and I thought I might play against like ABC or like Heroes or something dumb. And then like this card's also great versus Invoked. I probably wouldn't play again, but it was a regional.
And then randomly it's an Aqua, so I'm pretty sure you can send it from your hand to negate with Toad, right?
Yes,
if
or
you need to.
Like, or if I like drew it with Swap Frog, I can like make a Toad turn 1 or something. Yeah. Or I can add it back with Toad.
Oh yeah, that too.
This is the best card in the mirror, like by far. If you like time this card right, it should be a blowout every time. Like you essentially just like wait till they're like activating a trap where they're relying on somebody to run, so you just chain twin, hit 2 more traps, and you win. I never like end phased it because that's usually not right. But like waiting to like chain it to something is crazy. 2 Dark Holes. These cards are like so much better versus Zoo now because like at least like what I thought about the Zoo deck was like they can like draw 5 or like draw 3, but it didn't really matter because like if they can't like if I like clear their board and then set traps, like that deck ceiling is so low, and like you like if I just like Dino Miscus a rat or like do anything to like stop a rat, like they just can't play. So like if I just like they could draw 5, but if I just had Dark Hole, I wasn't even afraid of like losing, and then this card's just great versus a lot of random decks. So I played triple Iron Wall for Infernoids. Never played against any, but I would play it. Double Anti-Spell. I kind of like this because it was like an out to Danko where like I could flip it and stand my face, and then like if they summon Danko, that essentially made it so they couldn't activate spells or traps for the rest of the game because they can't set anything. So it just made them like not want to summon Danko, and if not, it's just like great versus Metal Foe, great versus Invoked. I sided against Zoo going first, so that was pretty great. And then I played 1 Wire Tap for the mirror match. So last card. That's it.
Anything else, or is that you want to talk about your matches, or you done?
I don't know. My matches are pretty good. I tied against a mirror match that I don't think I would have lost, but like the mirror match takes forever.
Yeah, I watched that one. Yeah.
You were like I was playing 37 trap cards, and my opponent was probably playing at least 35 trap cards. So that usually takes a pretty long time, unless one of you draw Swap Frog. But yeah, I don't know. The tournament was great. So.
All right.